So hello guys and welcome back, and we are gonna be getting into our match. It's the lower bracket round number 3, and Mr. Yuki, this is gonna be Cakes versus Wash Up Homies, third seed versus second seed, the top part of the bracket really facing off again. It's amazing that we see our top 3 actually duel with one another. Wash Up Homies beating out Wamanagi. This time they're gonna be facing off against Cakes. And it seems like the Soap Squad right now is cleaning up house and making sure the podium is theirs for the taking.
Indeed. And right. So we're going for Nepal on the first map chosen by who
Wash Up,
did
Wash Up
the
Homies.
yeah, Washer Pomes, right? Of
Yeah.
course, because they are on like okay, whenever. But yeah, speaking of Nepal, um have they played have we seen like Nepal
Yeah,
in
we
the
have.
first few rounds of
You've seen some Nepal
because
picks. You'd think, right? It's always Lee Jan Tower, and to our
yeah,
surprise,
I only remember Lijang actually.
to our
Yeah,
surprise, we're
for
not
the
getting
few time
Basan. We're not
I've
getting
watched.
Basan Yuki. We're getting Nepal for quite a while. It's really interesting because some of these picks really just trying to emphasize on the Farah play, especially since Washed Up Homies has an
Ah,
amazing
right,
Farah
right,
on K.
right.
Then they are very, very well endowed to basically dominate in a map like this. You got Sanctum, you got Shrine, you got Village, and you can really see those sidelines being used. But on the other side, Case can actually do the same. It'll be really interesting. I'm gonna be expect maybe Farah and Farah versus Genji, but of course with Oily Beer for Cakes, it also means that you're gonna get that Junkrat. And we've
Mhm.
been talking
Yeah.
about this for a bunch of days already, Yuki. Even though Oily Beer is an amazing Junkrat, and he proved well, me and Redux wrong yesterday on Lee Chan Tower. I think maybe against Wash Up Homies this time it might be an Achilles heel that the Soap Squad is looking to capitalize on.
Right, exactly. And speaking of like Junkrat, you can really make Junkrat work in some maps in Nepal, especially you can actually make it work in Village. If you have a decent enough like DPS partner that can keep a Farah if ever they choose to their opponent chooses to up with a Farah, and just being bombarded in that pushing that village site against a bombarding Junkrat is such an annoying task to accomplish.
Yeah, and just feels like when you really get those lines here and there, it feels that when you that Junkrat spam comes on through over and over and over
Right.
again, it's kind of ridiculous.
Mm,
But
yeah.
talking about Nepal, there really are times that when you're able to set up on the point, it feels like it's just too much to handle, especially when you look at Shrine. For me, Shrine is that perfect map of control in all honesty, because it feels that that is a map where you really should be going for the mirror matchup. It feels like that's a map that it's really king of the hill. You have to climb on up to a hill part, get the shrine, and defend it from there. And it usually turns into that mirror matchup to see who's just a little better than the opposition. And in a scenario like that, for me, Nepal is very interesting because of just how dynamic the map can be from time to time. But it really does go down to who is the better team in fighting, who is the better team and keeping on with the lines. And we are gonna be getting into the game. Best of 3 for this match, best of 3 for this map, and it feels like the mirror matchup is coming our way, Yuki, because we are gonna see starting things off on Shrine, and Nepal is just awaiting our two teams.
Right. And speaking of mirror matches, uh I believe the last game I saw Washed Up Homies is that they went with a hog instead of a Zarya as opposed to a like accompanying Rhine for Washed Up Homies. Is that or correct me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong?
Ryan Roadhog is something they love playing, as well as the
Yeah.
Winstow Hawk because of Lone's pocket pick.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, as we said, here we go. That's just what I like kind of expected of them because they really did such a really strong showing of this Reinhardt Hog combination. It might seem very weird at first, but it's just because it's their comfort picks, and that's why I think it's working just because of how comfortable they are in playing these heroes. So here we go.
And here we go.
Dive comp versus a grounded comp with Hog and Faragenji on the side of Washapomis, and a dive with Junkrat actually for Cakes.
And They're gonna
This is
go for
very
it.
interesting.
Yeah, they love playing that Junkrat no matter what, Mr. Fascinate. But here we go
Right.
again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Invalesco.
Expected.
Damn it, your rebrand kind of messed me up here, but we're gonna try
It's
it anyway.
just call me Yuki.
No,
Just
no,
call me
no.
Yuki.
K-Chan, let's
That's
go. Team
it.
Cake still gonna be out in front with the dive composition, as we say. Reinhardt and Rodon
Ambi
going to be
gets
the
clapped.
play.
A
And
huge
Ambi!
Nuban though.
He got clapped right there, Mr. K-Chan, and there we
Got
go with
clapped.
K also getting another takedown though for the Pharah here. Watch the homies hanging on back though. Here comes Sloan right now, going for a flank on the left-hand side, and it's absolute carnage onto the point right now. This is the Winston though, going for the taste as much as possible. Freak though dashing on in, and the big matchup coming into this game has to be Freak versus Shiver, because the two Genjis absolutely looking great, but it's even better for Watch the homies because they're on the point and getting the advantage. But Oily Beer with a quick rip there does even things up, and now Cakes has the numbers back in their favor. What a flip here from Cakes.
What a flip indeed. Wow, they got Ambi immediately. He got clapped there, as you said, charging into a Junkrat trap right in front of everyone. But a really huge nade set them back a bit, and yeah,
Yeah,
a
goodbye.
really good retake here. A really good back and forth going on for both teams.
Yeah, watch
But
the
Freak
homies
and Mike,
for it.
they
They're pushing.
have ults already.
That's true, that's true. Look at this. We always talk about the weakness of the Watch the Foamies composition is having to get those ultimates. But now they're ready to go. They pop the Valkyrie first and foremost. But Ambi does go down, and they're going to force things out with a Nano Blade here from Freak. Sun giving him the juice, and it's time for a little bit of Vitamin C coming into play. Watch the Foamies, though, will be able to get one. Shiver right now, going to get his blade on out. Fatal is brought back from the brink. And we'll see if Cakes can hang on back instead. Rocketeer, though, my name is K. Letting it rain does get through before it gets blown up by Red Rose's body instead. And the self-destruct to get the zone on. Cakes right now. Absolute carnage onto the point. Lone will get felled there. And I feel like this time for Washed Up Homies, they might need to rethink a few of their strategies. They whipped out their two ultimates, and it's not enough because in that fight, counterplay was so strong from Cakes.
What a hold! Washed Up Homies had 4 ults coming into that attack, and they just they were able to deal with it very surgically, as a matter of fact. And here we go, Shiver. They're probably going to have another. Here we go, Nano Winston here, right here.
Yeah, Final Reach
They
is
choose
available.
not to wait for the Nano Blade.
Seems like they're not gonna go for it. Shiver will take a while, so Cakes will unleash the Beast instead. And speaking of the Beast, he's gonna be angry yet again. King Kong Comet going for the brawl here. Freak right now turning into the Echo instead. Double flyer composition for Washed Up Homies because they really just want to capitalize on Oily Beer and its Junkrat. But it doesn't matter because Oily Beer is staying on the inside. He's using the Gusset Mites to fly on around. On the Gong right now, Riptire is available. And here we go again with the Flyers here. But K gonna get on the board. 2 kills right now with the Fariha. Barrage connects onto channeling Oily Beer. And goodbye to Cakes there on that defense. Washed Up Homies gets the flip at the nick of time.
Right, and such a good hold. But I wish that they should have saved a bit more ults. Like I think Oily Beard not using his like his ult there could have been much better. Because they could have went to this attack with a few more ults than what they kind of wish for right now. But coming here for Wash Up Ponies, a nice skill here from Freak to Shiver, delaying that attack from Cakes. But yeah, as I'm talking about a while ago, Wash Up Ponies has a lot of ults stacked here. What they want to do right now is to kind of not use everything all at once in this attack. They kind of want to separate them up. Maybe start with a Shatter and then follow up with a something like a this like a Hog ult or I kind of forgot her name. Jesus Christ.
The
Okay,
Echo?
but
Oh,
here
they
we
have a
go,
lot of
Andy.
choices,
Yeah,
but
Echo.
Self-Destruct coming on through. Serial will get one, and I like the point you're making, Mr. Fascinate. They have to be very, very careful with their ult economy, but they also have to be careful of the point because they give it up for free. Freak right now, though, turning into the Diva, and we're gonna get on the board. And here comes Shiver now, whipping out the Hero Blade. He gets one onto Blue already. Goodbye, though, because that pin will connect. And watch them, homies. Dude, this is a turnaround play. They give up the point, and they say, "Joke's on you. You're dead. We get back the point."
But that's still a lot of time wasted for the time. Maybe if they didn't give up that point, they should be around 80% by now. But here we go. They're giving Cakes another time to attack here. With this Fatalist coming up with their ult. This is probably going to be a Nano Rhine. But they should be making their attack right here, right now.
No, it's gonna be Nano Valkyrie. Here we go.
Oh
I'm just
my
kidding.
God.
It's Stereo. Nano boosts it up instead. Really good call here from Mr. Fascinating because this Reinhardt is rampaging in the front line. Lone trying to get the hell out of there. That's gonna be the Road Dog sticking onto the left side. Fire grenade now will connect. Valkyrie now ending, but Roxy Lalonde has done everything he can. And look at this. Oily Beer, even with the total mayhem kill, making sure Freak is gonna be feeling that one as he wakes on up. But Team Cakes is just completely on point. And this is what I have to talk to you about, Mr. Invalesco. It's really just impressive how Cakes has woken up after losing against Team Overwine. And we are seeing
Right.
Cakes 2.0. This is some gourmet right here.
Exactly, and a very, very nice. Couldn't be any more like a very underrated player right here from Red Rose. He got a huge pick off of that Pharah, and that Pharah almost had her ult up, I think, if I remember correctly. And that could have been like that saved them a lot of pressure. Like, getting that far off with her with them thinking the far ult is up just relieved a lot of pressure on the team, and they just went in confidently and just demolished washed up homies right there, taking the first map here. Now we're going to a village where we see this Reinhardt competition for both, but Lone surprisingly opting for the Zarya.
Yeah.
But hey, immediately getting Roxy here, and a lot of trades coming out.
Yeah.
X-Fatal is almost going to down, and right here we go. A very clean team fight for the side of Wash Up Homies right here, taking revenge over that first map loss here. Very good attack phase right here. If I can say it.
Hey, it seems like for Washed Up Homies, they got their momentum back after that first one. It was all tied up on the kill count earlier on, Mr. K-Chan, and it seems like now for Washed Up Homies, they're gonna be going over to the high ground instead. Ryan Zarya gonna be into play. It seems like the Ryan Roadhog experiment not gonna be working against Team Cakes, but the funny thing is, it's Cakes right now doing the same old thing. And we
Yeah.
already know this is a map where close quarters is really good. And it seems like
Yeah.
for Washed Up Homies, they're really using that double flyer to the best degree, because up in the air, Oily Beer can't do anything. Free shots from Freak as well as K, just dominating the ground so far.
A huge heal ban from Son there as well, really stopping their push in front of this doorway in the point. And but here we go. K has her ult up. Ambi is going to get his in one more percent. Here we go. And yeah, a lot of utilities they can use here. Oh my God,
That's
Freak,
terrible.
what are you
That's-
doing? They're really just
Look.
getting them all, and Ambi just getting aggressive, shattering in front of them.
There's no reprieve whatsoever. There is no stopping Mr. Fascinate. And it seems like here for
There is no
Washed Up
stopping him.
Homies, on paper, they already have the better comp. They have the Ryan Zarya, they have the double flyer against Junkrat. And on a map like this, it's even more difficult. Early on, Cakes out momentum. Rock Barrage though coming on through after the Grafton Surge. And Oily Beer is really that amazing Junkrat, and he showed his stuff there on Shrine. But this time with Washed Up Homies and respecting the opposition, they are going to be starting things off strong and running away with it here on this map.
Right, indeed, and they need to do something here quick. They haven't touched. They haven't like the only went to the point like close just once, and they really need to do something here.
Onto the leap we go onto the Ana, and this is gonna be Cakes trying to brawl, but Nanapu's given already to Mr. Ambi, and that's gonna be it. No touch whatsoever. Cakes cannot contest, and this is just a matter of the map in the composition. It really is Washed Up Homies playing that perfectly from the get-go, and they deserve that 100-0, but they are moving into Sanctum right now, and I think it's gonna be a little different because it's gonna be a map on the inside.
Right, and here we can kind of see how Junkrat can be a more viable pick as opposed to using Junkrat in Village because of that very wide skybox for a fire to use.
Hey, it seems like on the inside though, at least Safari and Echo can run long, but it's not as bad as Village, that's for sure. A while ago on Shrine, at least because Cakes got the first point, they could control the action on the objective itself. But since they lost it out on village, they went to the high ground, they were just getting bombarded by rockets and sticky bombs. It just wasn't happening. It really is feeling like there is no way to deal with the air right there. But Cakes will be deciding to play on the inside this time. Or race a hog though. Alt hook maybe can get some picks. Here comes the barrier deal being set up by Stereo, and we'll see if this music is going to be playing because the hook comes on through and Cakes has to back on out for the time being, and Ambi deciding to push on forward and get that first kill.
Very aggressive here, going for just pushing Cakes back, but here Red Rose gets a pick on Lone. They could make this work, but a very bad positioning here for the side of Orisa. But
Oh
Red
my
Rose,
God.
another hook, gets Ambi this time. 2 tanks. Just Red Rose
What a
very,
surprise.
very getting it all the space he can get for his team. Great picks here. Really, really great picks.
Going fishing,
And
that's
so
for sure.
far, yeah, that's the plan for Red Rose, going fishing indeed.
Drops down his opponents, and here comes Cakes right now with the choke that they're looking for. Orisa again, the Junkrat doing all they can, and the entranceway here for the Pharah and the Echo gonna be mighty struggle. Shiver though on the Fariha also flying on around, bombarding as much as possible. It's Mercy and the Ana on both sides, and the Nanabu's gonna be key later on into the duel in the front line. But here comes Shiver now. Nana boosted up. Barrage is almost ready to go, makes it rain onto the Mercy, but it's still gonna be K and Freak bringing on the damage yet again. Red Rose though with the Hoo Hog pushing people back. Freak right now gonna get another takedown, and it's the perfect situation here for the Echo, unless the hook comes. 1 HP in a dream, he survives to turn into the Roadhog instead. And Roxy Lalonde flying on around, she has the resurrection, but can she actually get Red Rose into this one? Still trying to navigate as much as possible. It seems like it's not gonna happen, and Cakes will have to give it up and go for the resets.
Very good stall there from Roxy. Actually, that instead of opting for that rest, she just stayed, like took all the percent they could possibly milk out of it, and yeah, I think that's a much better decision than rather than risking the rest.
Yeah, exactly. You want to have that ability on off cooldown rather to be able to use it in a potential pick-off. And Cakes right now just going to be sieging on it again. There we go with the hook pump one more time. And Raros will get that takedown. But Oily Beer making a mistake. He falls down into the pit. That is mighty disgusting to really see. For Cakes though, they really need that Junkrat to go for the damage, but the Zarya of Lone capitalizing also with all the energy in the world. And now since Blue pops the Valkyrie and goes for the pistol play, Wash Up Homies is very easily stabilizing here with another pick off onto the Orisa.
Right, and they're just having a hard time.
Never
Oh,
mind.
there we go. Olivier now getting a revenge here, but here we go. Both rests for both teams, and a huge shield ban here coming here for Ex-Fatalist. Man, Ex-Fatalist has been a very strong Ana player these past few games in the playoffs, but they need to deal with Freak here being pocketed by Pooh.
Yeah, there's no stopping that
else.
Echo, but oh my god, Oily
Right,
Beer!
it is Oily Beer.
Dude.
Out of all people, it's Oily Beer who kills both the flyers.
It's ridiculous.
And-
It's ridiculous.
Right, it is.
Look, listen. He riptires both the Pharah and the Echo, and he puts the trap perfectly where the Echo's gonna land. How do you even do
Right.
these things as the Junkrat to really deal with these flyers? It really just goes to show, for Team Cakes, they're playing their pocket picks to the best degree, even though they're literally being dealt the worst hand possible on the other side. They're putting up such a good fight, but here we go right now with that sleep dart courtesy of Sun. Washed Up Homie's gonna be going for the pick off, and they get rid of Oli Beer there. Ambi gonna get that pin onto the forefront, and Washed Up Homie's now looking for the position to get back to the objective itself. Graviton Surge, pretty interesting there from Lone. 45 from the Orisa will say, never mind, that's not gonna happen to me. And the Nano Boosted Cowboy is here and now, but Freak gonna be showing him who's boss with the Deadeye 2 boots. Echo gonna be catching out another one there. Red Rose in the meantime with a Hoo Hog gonna be into play. Lone though out in front one more time, misses the hook though onto Blue, and the Rock Barrage is here and now. Here comes Watch Us Movies trying to get the desperate cap, and Cakes will have to reset and has one slight chance to get this contest.
And good job on switching to ball right here, and he needs to they don't have to like play fast here, you just need to contest. Here we go, Shiver with a pick off from K and Sun over to Roxy, who switched to Lucio instead. A really huge heal ban here. They could take this chance to do something with the 2 tanks and a point,
Yeah, Red Rose
but
taking that.
just Stereo being a very annoying ball here.
Olivier though with that Riptire and haunting catches out Lone. What a flank right there. Red Rose right now walking on up and trying to take Sun down to the best degree. Still Ambi onto the point. Desperate Chapter gonna be into play yet
Does
again.
not hit
Cakes though
anyone.
is flipping it over. And who the thunk it here, Mr. Invalesco. The Junkrat wins against the Farah the Echo, and Cakes will take this one. It was a great map pick there from Wash Up Homies, but an even exceptional effort from Team Cakes.
Indeed, and just goes to show like how well they know how to play these picks. That I know they pretty much know what the risks are in playing something like a Junkrat over against a Pharah, right? And this is one pin that was really amusing a while
Unfortunate.
ago. I don't know if you watched that,
Yeah,
but
I
I
saw it.
saw
I
it,
saw it
and
too. It's like, hey,
it,
Blade,
it was
goodbye.
a really pog pin here by Ambi. But yeah, going back to what I was saying a while ago, they just know how to make it work. Like they've played these heroes enough that they know where their weaknesses are, and they just know how to adapt to it. And I think, um, rather than playing something like countering enemies, they're just playing to their strengths and just believing that they can, they have something else up in their sleeves if ever like their opponents tries to counter them, right? Because they basically know what to do in that situation, and
It's
that's basically what they did,
it,
especially oil beer.
Cakes is just. I guess that spanking session really helping them out. They are a completely different looking team coming into the lower bracket. It feels like they have unleashed the beast. They've taken off the restraints rather, and they are just playing to an exceptional degree. Their teamwork is a lot better than we ever seen. Their mechanical prowess has been a lot better than we ever seen. And what a close one! He really making sure that this is another grand final caliber kind of match, second seed versus third seed. But it's just really impressive that Cakes won that out against the double flyer. And what were like the biggest reasons why Cakes won that one, Mister Fascinates?
No, sorry, can you say that
Yeah,
again?
well,
Sorry.
what was the reason? Like, how? How did they pull it off? How did they win? In Valesco, come on, bro.
It's just like, what do you want me to say? It feels like you're fishing me off for something. That's the vibe I'm getting. But right, it's like, um I kind of I thought Wash Up Homies would play something like, something like their comfort picks, right? But they went back to this Ryan Zarya combination, which worked in the village, but it's probably because they have more room to work with, especially in regards to their DPS. That is Farah and um, Echo, as opposed to Shrine, where it can get a little cramped up there. And I think Lone could have used or went back to a hog or tried to mirror the Reinhardt hog there, because in my opinion, Lone is still the better Roadhog. Just like think seeing it by numbers or by in paper rather.
Yeah, I just gotta say also that I think the biggest thing to add on to everything you've been saying is the fact that Cakes got initial control there on Shrine that made such a big difference. If they were the ones trying to attack every single time, if you look like at the what happened in Village, they would really struggle to actually move to the point, right? They would get
That's true.
bombarded by the fire and the echo. They would get bombarded by all of that kind of damage, and that was the case in Village because there was no chance for Cakes honestly to get that second map. They were always in the wrong position or they were getting initiated on and Watch the Pomies just built on from there. On that third map though, a lot of clutch play again from Oily Beer. Riptire onto
Right.
a Farah and Echo. That's huge because you're not expecting the Junkrat to get those kills. But when you do, it's like easy pickings. Okay, Shiver can now go for someone else instead of trying to focus that hit scan. Good swap also to the McCree at the tail end because
Yeah,
of just how the
exactly. Right.
distance of that map is. And really Cakes doing what they do best and doing what they needed to do at the same time. Watch the Homies, on the other hand, doing what they needed to do, and they played to an amazing degree. But in the end, they kind of forgot a little bit who they're playing against. And in instances where they get double killed like that as the twin flyers, that shouldn't happen. It's like when you're playing double sniper, that you cannot be together. That far echo should not be together in the same radius. And I feel that was really the big turning point on that third map. Third map on the first map.
You're right, right, on the first map, right. And right, I also just realized Cakes had a little um role swap here.
Yeah.
I remember Roxy was playing main tank yesterday,
Yep. Yep.
and just realized she was playing she was on Mercy role this time around. And was there any did they say anything about
Yeah.
it, or like beforehand? What do you think is the reason why they switched up?
Uh. Okay. Just talking to the teams right now. It's always forced PSE1. But yeah, they said earlier on they were gonna be swapping the roles as much as possible. You can don't forget you can ask for one restart if need be, for each map. And yeah, just making sure that here for Team Cakes, they are going to be going for the attack first, actually. Washed Up Homies in the meantime on defensive, and they have picked a good map again to play on. I really like this map pick from our pool, and it will be Hollywood, and I really expect to see the Faro Echo again, or maybe just
Mm-hmm.
maybe freak whip at that Widowmaker if need be on the second point. But on the other side, though, Mr. Invalesco, I feel like Cakes has one really big element that Watch the Homies might forget on that first point, and it's been a classic to see on Hollywood points one for a long time.
Right. And yeah, I also want to see how this goes for Wash Up Homies. I would love to see a Widowmaker in the second point. Hopefully he even plays it on first. I think you can still kind of make it work, especially if they're going for this Flyers composition. And Widowmaker just put so much pressure of these Flyers. If that, like, if you can't even get close to them, you just keep getting sniped. It just demoralizes you. It makes you want to switch to a different composition.
It really feels like it. It's just so oppressive. But for me, I do like seeing the Ash Baptiste combo instead, especially on
Oh
a map
right,
like this.
Ash.
It's
Yeah.
it's really good. It gives you so much utility, and Bob, of course, just gets consistent damage. But the biggest thing that Kicks has coming into this round, coming into this map, has to be the fact that Junkrat is an amazing pick on the
Mm-hmm.
first point. Pair it with the hit
Yeah.
scan, and Cakes can have that ironclad defense, but they are going to be on the attack first as we get into our second map. They are going to be going for the initiation, and this is match point for Cakes. If they win things out, they are going to be booking a date against Overwine in the lower bracket finals, and this is the first wave playoffs. Let's get into map number 2 out of 3, and we'll see if Washed Up Homies can tie things up coming into this game.
Right. Exactly. They are hungry for some revenge over that defeat from over one day. I don't think they were expecting that, and they seeing their dominance here in this first map, they you can see their hunger for this win, just going after Overwine and try and take revenge for that loss on the winners bracket, or upper bracket, sorry.
Same thing.
But right, yeah, same thing. But I don't want like keep using different terms because it
Dude,
kind of sounds
hey,
like,
hey,
yeah,
I've used 3 different names for you already. I've actually 4, so doesn't really matter by this point. Upper bracket, winners bracket, but it really just means you have that buffer there. But as Mr. K-Chan here in Valesco Fascinate, you I don't even know what to call you anymore, has been saying, is this elimination time. And it seems like for both Cakes and Washed Up Homies, they have turned it into another level. But for Cakes, it's been very, very noticeable how dominant they have been here in the lower bracket compared to their more usual back and forth antics in the upper bracket and during the regular season.
right. And here we go. Case going for this dive composition with a Junkrat. On Wash Up Homie side, they're opting for this grounded composition with the 2 flyers. Oh, sorry, a Farah Mercy and an Ash Ana, which is a very good composition to hold here, as Freak gives a Shiver no time, like no flying time for her. And yeah, dive initiation, and wow, very fast initiation there over Freak on the high ground. And Gay going after Shiver. And here we go. A lot of trades coming here, Mr. Dax.
Yeah, K has gotten two so far, and we'll talk about that clash at the very start because Wash Up Homies is cleaning up house instead. That's going to be the dive though, trying to go for a little bit more damage. Retro's not going to catch up Blue, and this is K now in a bad spot because the Fat Ziva is going to be jumping on in to get in her face instead. It's Team Cakes with the tank line still into play. Freak though going to get taken down there, but does get the D-Mech at the same time. Sun right now trying to stay alive, will fall in the field of battle. As the Ryan and the Zarya are still together, this has to be Washed Up Homies going for the retreat instead. But before we get into the next fight, I gotta say that was very risky from Cakes. Going on to the Ashe like that, there were many chances for Washed Up Homies to mitigate that dive, especially if the Ashe went for the coach gun. But Freak stood his ground, and I don't think that was the best decision there, leading to, well, Cakes just steamrolling in that fight.
Right, and Shiver hits a yummy direct hit over that Ashe, and that made it easier for them to just bomb rush that Ashe above. And here we go, a huge shatter here coming from Ambi, just rolling over that, keeping them at this corner here. Roxy trying to sneaky go sneaky beaky like behind this payload, but that doesn't do really anything, to be honest, other than just stall her down. But
Yeah,
here we go.
Unfortunate stack.
Right, unfortunate.
Oh no, Shiver though does get that kill. And I was about to say for Team Cakes, they have this Pharah Junkrat, so they're going to be spamming a lot of damage. It might be a little difficult to secure these kills compared to what Freak has been doing so far. His Ashe play has been pretty good, of course, beside that one decision. But Oily Beer is still even looking better. The Junkrat on the high ground makes it rain. Dive on in from the Nano boosted Red Rose. And poor Sun can't get the sleep dart on. No Tranquila for the Gorilla there. And Cakes has gotten a lot of control on the second point.
Harambe is still with us, but next fight, Lone has a combination here with K, with that Graviton Far Barrage, but right, here we go. Shiver just used her out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Gets a trade off of it. Gets a trade. Not bad.
That's actually pretty good because that's the Graviton Surge, right, going down. But K catching out Roxy also. And Washed Up Homies has a lot of control here on the high ground. Oily Beer will have a really hard time hitting this, but I guess if one Junkrat player can do it, it has to be him. Still, though, for Team Cakes, a little bit of a head scratcher there. Shiver a little too eager to get that Rock Barrage on. And right now, it's a little bit of a stall, but the bomb is coming on through. And this is Stereo getting another one. Lone is just not having a good day here because twice he has been felled before he gets a Graviton Surge. And again, Washed Up Homies has to stall, but this is the Nano boost onto the Pharah as the Brown Rage comes on through. K has to let it rip, wants to go for the on the first, but it's Cakes right now with a big advantage on the payload.
A huge direct here from Shiver, and just ends, doesn't just canceling like any opportunities here for K to pop that ulti off and taking the second point. And now they're on the last point, last reach here, just being very aggressive here and just taking all the space they need. They have another barrage coming. Oily Beer has his tire up and running, just waiting, staying up here. He knows what he has to do here, and just being sneaky and wait for people to stall at this point, just drop his tire and kill. Maybe
Everyone.
2 or 3.
No,
Depends,
everyone. He's
depends
gonna
on
get 6K. He's gonna get 6K, I'm telling you right
He's
now.
gonna get
But
6K,
I think
okay.
the biggest thing for Washed Up Homies is they're just not being able to hit out their combo. I guess finally it's coming on through. Oily Beer with the Riptire also for some reason. Shiver gonna go for the barrage. And yeah, Team Cakes, when those things happen, you kind of just have to bend over and take it because that Graviton Surge is not going to get me the KO whatsoever. Cakes right now desperate on the brawl, and they use 2 ultimates for no real reason. They go over to the McCree instead, and now I like this for Cakes because double flyers here for Washed Up Homies, but again, we're in a point where there is a rooftop, and this can be a lot good for them. If they only didn't use those ultimates, it could have been a little better.
Yeah, I agree. So I agree as well. And they really couldn't do anything. It's not like the tire could save people in the grab, right?
Yeah.
And Lone got a very meaty grab there, catching 3, a lot of people, and just an easy kill. They should have just retreated, played for ult. And here we go. Speaking of ulti, Stereo just getting 2 supports. That in fact,
That's
and,
huge. What a bomb.
that's very huge. And Freak just trying to stall here as much as he can, but to no avail as he gets rolled by 6 people. You're not surviving 1v6 here in this type of game. And right just gets pushed as they tried and contest this payload. What a very dominating third point push here from Kicks.
Hey, this is, these are the things that happen sometimes in a match like this. You just get snowballed and there is no way to get back onto the momentum. And as Cakes is on the defense now, Watch Up Homies has a very, very tough task ahead of them because they need to get the full cap coming into this map. They need to win out on the second round. Cakes just again doing the same old thing, surprising out of nowhere, getting the momentum back and pushing forward to the best degree. Big bomb there from Mr. Stereo. It really feels like when you hear that bomb coming, you know that you are gonna die. And I believe that I didn't see that I feel being thrown out by the Baptiste kind of hurts them there, and that is just gonna be the show
Right.
coming into that one. If I missed it, then I'm sorry, but still is not gonna work out if your two supports do die. Big opening there for Cakes. They literally push on the door, and what is this composition I'm seeing in front of me? Head scratcher with the tagline. I get the Junkrat. Winston for this. Okay, let's see what this is
It's
all
a
about.
very interesting
Let's see.
tank lineup, in my opinion, because if you're going to play Bastion, you might as well commit to it, right? This is kind of like what we're saying in the lines of like half-assing it,
Yeah,
because if you want to you want to play protect
the
the
precedent.
president,
Yes.
just protect it.
Yeah.
No need to do anything else. Just protect
Where's
it.
my Sigma? This is not my double
Where's
shield.
my,
that I said.
where's my
Oh!
Sigma? Where's my Ryan?
No, this is a
Where are
Sigma.
the other
Orisa
shields?
Sigma. Come on, just play standard. Give me something like that. But Double Fire is coming on through. I understand the Bastion pick because they are just gonna be looking to basically
And
mitigate
here we
damage
go.
here and there.
Like, right.
Yeah.
Look at the shield. It's just destroyed, and they immediately like cancels out the I field over
Okay.
FX
Okay,
Vapor.
I get the idea
This
right
goes-
now. Red Rose is sleeping in the back line, but if you want to do this, you don't want to be playing the Winston. You kind of want to be
Yeah,
playing the
it's
Diva
kinda-
instead. And oh no, that's
right.
okay. So
That's way too deep.
Okay, okay.
That's way too deep for my comfort.
and Invalesco,
And
this
this
is
is
the
going
thing.
to be a very hard 5v6 as
Oh no.
Cakes.
oh,
Oh,
dear.
okay, wow, Oily Beer just just making it up for them, like carrying this weird
Defense.
composition here.
Hey, look, Cakes does a lot of questionable things. We've seen it on Reality. That's kind of why they lost that map out. This time, though, they're holding the line, and at least they're getting the damage done. Red Rose is still playing that Winston, though, so still gonna be a demerit there. Rocket Brush off from K, gonna catch out 3, and this is gonna be a small opening here for Washed Up Homies. They only need to deal with 3, but they need to make sure that Red Rose doesn't get this kill off the sun. I feel this forced out already, looking for a little bit of the peel there, and it's a little bit more of that reset on both sides, but Washed Up Homies has the initiation, and they can jump on in at any time.
Exactly. And I don't know if you caught that, but Oily Beard just surviving getting dove on by 3 people. He got hooked by Lone, he got dove by Ambi, he still lives. And wow, and another kill here against the Vara. Oh my god, Oily Beard is doing so much work here, guys. I cannot believe the amount of weight he's carrying. This guy is 5 head.
Insane in the membrane. But I think the best thing right now is the I field comes out as well. The Amp Matrix, big Bionato from Sun this time, and Freak will flush on in with the duplication instead. And Washed Up Homies has finally mopped the floor out of the opposition. Ambi right now gonna pop that Primal Shiver brought back just to die right here, right now. Will get hooked, and he is just gonna say goodbye there. But all I gotta say, that maybe Washed Up Homies is if this double flyer thing doesn't really work out the way they expect, maybe it's time to play a different kind of game. What other weaknesses Junkrat have is that range disadvantage. Maybe that Widowmaker, maybe that Ashe, maybe that McCree can be good in a scenario like this. But the Orisa Winston is pretty interesting because it can contest the high ground with the Gorilla there jumping on up with Oily Beer. So for Washed Up Homies, they just need to be more patient, they need to be more responsible, and need to get kills just like that. Oily Beer has to die from a distance, and they need to make sure the Pharah and the Echo are away from each other.
And Stereo getting pick off that after he got naded. He didn't went to a safe enough spot, just stayed up in the middle, and here we go. Oily Beer getting off K. Wow, okay. So I thought like they'd be able to counter it. And here we go. The counter offense here from Cakes.
What
Just
is this?
Alone up here, ulting alone, trying as much as he can to but I don't think you will be able to do anything with that ult. Like Roadhog isn't Roll Salt isn't really a clutch type of ulti.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Right?
make it work, but it's
Y-
very hard because you push people away from you.
Yeah, it's really just a disengage kind of thing. Or if you put them in the corner, you
Right.
can mop them up. But Shiver,
Yeah,
he, he
exactly.
he's making this Bastion work. He played onto the hotel, and he
Right. Yeah.
decided to just tear anyone apart in front of him. Tap mode now into play. The Transformers are coming through from Cybertron, and it seems like the Ana is stuck on the inside again. The Risa though getting hampered. Freak now turning into Bastion, and here we go with the Bullet Storm again. It's raining hail, hallelujah. Washed up homies cleans it up, and Laundry Day is here because the blue hand side has decided to push into Hollywood and make sure the Wild West is looking a little cleaner than before.
That copy into that duplicate into the the bastion there was so funny. He was staying up in there, like he copied in the middle of the sky and just you know you're not the only bastion now, and then just barrages people out of nowhere.
So many
But
bullets.
here we go, right? With the last defense here for Cakes, they're setting up on the side alone, trying to get a pick off this Argon, which Freak eventually does get. And this is going to be a very hard 5v6 as Oily Beard gets heal band up here, and they're not killing it. Oh, there we go. And but still going in favor of Cakes for some reason.
They got the Amp Matrix up, so Shiver can stay on the corner and be happy about that one. Easy
They're
takedowns there for the
live here,
McCree.
and
Oh,
but
clean.
they still get to they're still able to defend here. What a clutch defense here. I thought it was going in favor of Washed Up Homies because they were able to put down Oily Beer and his pressure. But here we go. Oily Beer has his ult. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, and I believe he's coming on through again to push by the Saloon side. See Sun there, but the bubble shield will keep him alive. And it's now time for the Valkyrie. Roxy Laon there wants to move on around the map as much as possible. Cake's trying to contest the high ground just a little bit. Primal Rage though from Ambi already goes for the hook. And Freak will catch out Oli Beer there. Good pick off there from the Echo again. And this time they can be a little less careful. Rock Brush as soon as that boost comes online. And watch the homies try to integrate with one another. But Red Rose is leaping on in again. The Winston this time trying to get the DPS on. And Primal Rage time yet again here and now from the red hand side. Red Rose leaping into the fray, catches out K there. And this time since they're playing the dive, it's Winston Diva, which makes a lot more sense. But Ambi is there again on the point and bringing everyone to the garbage instead. Olivier though, ready to go, hopping on the round. Reptile is available. Lone will get that takedown again. And what's the plan here for Team Gigs? Can they get the Reptile in a safe spot? Lone is right in front of him. And since there's no self-damage anywhere for a long, long time, it's Oily Beer surviving in the nick of time there. But the contest is still going on. Washed up homies all over the point. 10 seconds left here, Mr. Invalesco. Good resurrection though from Roxy Lalonde. And we'll see right now if Cakes can hold here and now to prevent another point being activated. Still the Winston's into fray. Shiver in the meantime on the Soldier has 6. Red Rose gonna get on the board. And time is ticking here for Washed Up Homies. Their tournament chances are falling apart.
Huge
But
heal ban from Sun.
the bottom
What
driver!
a heal ban
And the heal
to
ban.
save the second point. Wow, that was amazing. And kind of really frustrating that they weren't able to kill all these struggling the people who are contesting. They just couldn't like get a focus on who to focus on. They're just seeking one by one, and when they almost like Cakes were almost near like being able to contest it, Son just drops in a very fat nano. Heal ban to save their team and gives them another chance for pushing to this third point
But they don't have
as
too much
they
time.
nano.
They do that with that Winston there, but Watch the Homies doesn't have too much time. They need to secure these kills as quick as can be. And here we go with a little bit more
Right.
on the push yet again. Here we go though with the sticky bombs. Freak is just showing why he really is that freak of nature coming into the New Wave Invitationals. And rockets are coming again. But you know what's even bigger? Oh, the rocket barrage just for the Riptire! Washed up homies deciding to clean up in the best way possible. Scorched Earth, meaning there are no germs left. And time is running out for Cakes, and they're running out of members as well. Shiver though with tackling advisor from above. Sleep Dart will connect at the
A
right
huge
time.
lip dart
Big.
on.
Sun.
Man.
He's found it. He found that angle. He
Yeah.
found the needle, the thread. And this time, it's desperation time from Cakes with the Primal Rage as well as Terra coming on back. But that Wrecking Ball is close to the minefield. There we go with the power drive, though, catching out K. Mines are into play. Lone can go for the take a breather to tap things up, but Ambi will go down. And this is spawn
This is
advantage.
looking bad
And
for
our
Wash
Team
Up Homies.
Cakes, their Wash Up Homies is running out of members. And without the text, there's not much of a front line. Can free equip it that. It's not going to happen anymore. And Cakes has booked the dates into the top 3. That is going to be victory for them. The 3rd seed moves on to be in the top 3 and will be facing off against Overwide in the rematch that is going to be pretty expected to get even hotter.
Okay, dude. What a hold here from Cakes. Man, a lot of very very back and forth action here for the side of Cakes and Wash Up Homies. It really goes to show how close these games can be, especially coming from the 3rd and 4th seed.
Second, third, but
for,
second and third.
second, third. Sorry, second, third rather. Sorry about that. But
Okay.
right, but Cakes ultimately defeating their opponent with a composition really not optimized to beat their opposition, right? And with that showing, I really do believe you can call them like the better team, or like, I mean, right? Because they're just proving it, like being able to defeat them in a with a composition that's not so favorable against them. And wow, that's just they're really hungry for that revenge and over. I feel the hunger coming out from them, and I can't wait to see the next match. But unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to cast it. Unfortunately,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dax.
Okay. So before you head out, just want to say real quick that Mr. Invalesco here has some scrims to go on. Don't forget, guys, he's still a professional player. So the last match, I'm gonna be solo casting for tonight. But this is a segment we usually give at the end of the whole thing. But since we're gonna
Right.
be pressed for time, just want to say you've done an amazing job for the New Wave Invitationals, not only in the casting, you had a great clip where I fall asleep because of your amazing voice. And in all honesty, doing such a good job on the social media when you're woken up and ready to go. So I gotta ask
Yes.
you,
I
Mr.
just need to wake
Invalesco,
up.
what was
Yes.
your favorite moment, and what did you think about the New Wave Invitationals?
My favorite part is, of course, Overwine making it third, like minimum third. Like, I couldn't be much more proud of them because even though I wasn't able to coach them like all the way, I only helped them for like maybe 1/3. Their like just the first phase of their uh you know practicing, or like their games here in New Haven. Their progress is like extraordinary, and I cannot stress this enough. Like, Rebirth did such a really good job helping them that um being on paper like the bottom of bottom rank New Invasion, but here you see them like potentially even they defeated Cakes once. Who knows, they could defeat Cakes twice,
Anything can
right?
happen, bud.
And it's not entirely impossible, even though Cakes did a very dominating showing on the last game. Just remember, they it's Overwine was the reason why they went down to loser. So this is such an interesting matchup, and if Overwine succeeds in overcoming this um wall that is Cake, this is so much like a very a Cinderella story from bottom, started from the bottom, now we're here.
With the tongue,
And
with the tongue of these
yeah,
events,
what
mates.
a comeback. That's a comeback.
A lot of question marks coming into this bracket, and it's been amazing. So, how about you? For you, Mr. Invalesco, just overall, what was the experience? Coming into the UA Invitationals, it's a quarter of our year. If you actually notice how
Yeah,
long we
yeah.
took on this small little pet
Took
project,
so much. Yeah,
uh,
it's so long. It's like it could even like put it as a legit league for how long it took. But I mean, a lot of it was like because of the quarantine, what happened, right? And we really couldn't get a proper schedule. And of course, it started out as a casual fun league. So no need to rush, no need to rush teams into playing. We just try and have fun. But in the playoffs, since we really have something at stake, you really need to be a bit more professional in most of the cases. So we're adhering to strict rules such as time and you know all that other stuff. And I wish there could be more potential, you know, like anything that could make it to have another season if like people are more willing to and yeah, it's been a very fun uh very fun project that you created, and I cannot thank you enough for giving us a chance to experience this. You downplay it a lot, but this is your work, so be proud of it.
It's our work, bud. It's our work this time. It's not just me. It's been a great thing to have you guys very very reliable. You know, it's like, hey, we were Team PH. Might as well try to kind of inspire or help out the newest generation of Overwatch players. And hey, if they stick with it and decide to play at the upper echelons of play, then that's even better. We all know, naman, we're basically moving on to different pastures here and there. The fire on competing isn't there anymore. But projects like this, I always love to cast Overwatch. I always love to do something for the community. And with you guys being so helpful, it has made it so easy to do everything and anything for the people here. So thank you, Mr. Invalesco. Great new name, by the way. It's a new rebrand again from whatever it was from League to what YXKI for that first World Cup to Fascinate for that second World Cup, and now coming into
Oh yeah,
Valorant
I
in
forgot.
Valesco.
Yeah, I was YXK.
Bro, you
I just
are
forgot.
the identities are just changing. But I know you got a scrim to do, and thank you for your time. I'll just break down the match right there, and if you have any final words to say to the stream for your tenure here.
No. Yeah. Thank you for everyone that's like tuning in. Your support means a lot uh to us, like to the players as well, and especially to, like and boosting up our morale and just keeping this going. And I mean, this new wave innovations, even though it started out like for the players, eventually like a lot of people watch it, a lot of people enjoyed it. So I'm thankful that you guys enjoyed it. So yeah,
Great.
I did. I'm crying, Tex. Just kidding.
Yeah,
But
you're
yeah,
getting
anyway,
it's late, dude. They need you. You know how long those games take, but yeah, thank you, Mr. Valesco. I'll see you later. That's for sure. And
yes, I'll see you
I'll
later.
I'll
Dax.
wrap
And
this
good
match
luck
up.
to our both our next contestants.
Yep.
Contestants. Wow. Okay. But
Lower
yeah,
bracket finalists. Yeah, go
lower
ahead.
bracket
A
finals.
someone's already looking for you. He's like, give me
Yes.
Fascinate.
Yes.
Give me
They're
Fascinate.
PMing me
Okay,
already.
okay, okay.
So
Sige,
yeah.
go.
Thank
Be
you again.
responsible.
So
Thank
right.
you.
Good luck and have fun casting.
Of course. Okay, so that's gonna be our segment right there with Valesco. And before we get Mr. Ambi in, then we'll just show you guys real quick the results of what's been going on here. Isn't it brag is unknown, but all I gotta say real quick is Nepal and Hollywood winning for Team Cakes. And I guess I do have our interviewee here. It is Mr. Ambi of Washed Up Homies. And Ambi, oh my god. Okay, first things first, I just want to preface this. This is something I've always wanted to say to you at the start of the week. Congratulations on a successful delivery and Ambi baby. You're making him
Yeah,
proud. Making them proud.
Sabi
Is it a boy or
baby.
girl? Boy or girl? I never got to ask.
It's a girl, it's a girl, it's a
Ah,
girl.
she's so proud. Okay, so there you go. So I do want to ask you first on what exactly happened, because it's part of the story since you guys had to forfeit on Monday. What exactly happened? When did the emergency happen, and why couldn't you guys make it per se?
My wife delivered on Monday,
Oh,
and yeah, that's really urgent. And two of our teammates is on duty, and there are only four players active, so we have no choice to forfeit.
yeah, understandable,
It's
understandable.
okay. And we want to follow the rules and don't want you to delay anymore, so
Sure, it's
it's
amazing.
fine.
It's amazing that those things happen, and we were saying that even though it's kind of sad you guys weren't here, it's still it's a growing family, and it's a miracle that you're like everyone's safe, everything's sound. Hey, Ambi baby is absolutely cute, and does does
Yeah,
does she look more like you or more like your wife or what up? It's too early to tell, pa.
yeah, too early to tell. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So let's
she
talk.
has a May on her name.
Okay. Ooh, that's cool. What's her? Oh
Yeah.
no, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. So moving into Wednesday, because this is part of the storyline. Shepherd, we have to hype you guys up. On Wednesday, what a debut! What a showing! And as soon as you guys got into the game, there was just no stopping, no popping. Everything was just getting destroyed. Uber server and Wamnagi going down. How did it feel to just wield all that power yesterday?
Yeah, we got drained today because of yesterday. Also, that's really lucky because I know it could have been so either way if Temora played. I mean, their defense is really powerful, but guys, come on, it's Temora. It's a bit of light when he didn't play, so luckily we pulled it off.
You
Yeah.
guys did an amazing, amazing time. And hey, it was very, very competitive here against Cakes. I still remember how you guys just able to destroy them every single time your ultimates are online. And that's one big thing that Wash Up Homies is very consistent in. Ultimates are always useful for your team. And when when you get that fight, like when you get that fight right, when you get those ultimates down, what's the next thing you do? Sure, you celebrated, but like, good job, guys, you got that win. But what's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what's like the process of Asha Homies? Do you guys reset the planet out? Do you guys take a little bit of breather? Do you guys go for an ult count? Like, what goes on in your comms during those times?
In the comp, of course, we do the ult count of our enemies because when the fight comes, it matters the ultimates. Also, the DPS, especially the DPS ultimates. It it's really hard to keep track of Oily's ultimate. You know, the Junkrat seems to have ultimate all the freaking time.
It's always
It's really
ready.
hard to keep track. Yeah, it's always ready. So it's really hard for us. We know he's a one trick Junkrat, man. Come on. But if you pair up that with the Bastion, ah, I mean, even if you play double shield, if you play Zarya with the damage and everything, it's just the first time. Nobody wants to take brawl on us. They're using Diva, Winston. They're running away from the brawl. They didn't want us to fight head on. That's the real thing, and it did work from them, for sure.
Hey, it's
Maybe because
mhm. Go
maybe
down, go
we could
down.
have won it with the brawl.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah, they played the strategy wise, so we got wrecked. That's just there is no
It's
reasons we got wrecked.
Yeah, your strategy was really good. Like on paper, you guys do have a big advantage on playing playing against the Junkrat. But what do you think were the moments where Cakes got you? For us, it was really those times where both Freak as well as K were a little too stuck together, and then one Riptire turns everything around. Do you think that was like kind of where you guys faltered, or what was Cakes really doing better to win that one out?
That time we should advance because there's only 98% on the capture point and they plan to stall them off. The problem is the ball contested. And then when they look at the back, there's a junk tire in front of them.
In
So we didn't
fireworks.
really read that. Yeah, fireworks. We were so busy with the ball and then the junk pop off. There's just two of them there. And the Lucio, I mean, the Lucio contested as well. And I got nobody's taking note of me. I mean, they just ignore me as a Reinhardt. They don't. They just ignore me. Honestly,
That's how Reinhardt
that's
last time
really
sometimes. It's like, hey,
frustrating, man.
you're stuck in the
Hey, I'm
middle.
here.
Bye.
Hello.
No one cares. Okay, it's
Yeah,
okay.
no one cares.
It's
That's
okay,
really
Ambi.
frustrating.
But okay, washed up homies playing really, really well and all throughout, playing really smart, and it could have been that you guys had that buffer there, but things happen in life, and we really understand. I'm glad you guys respect the rules really, really great, and you finish in the top four. Unfortunately, it's not in the money, but it really goes to show you guys are such a powerful roster to begin with. And in all honesty, Washington is one of the funnest teams that we've been ever seeing, especially as soon as you got Freak on board, you had your dynamic DPS on, add NK as well, really good cycles there. And for us, that was really the defining moment of Watch the Pomies. But for you, what was like your favorite time? What your favorite moment in the New Wave Invitationals? And maybe something to talk about, well, about your team.
Favorite moment, of course, defeating Waminagi. It's just that it is. It's a payback. I mean, if we didn't win, at least we we got one tick from them because they're really strong. I mean, who could have known they got dropped out from us for the team? And honestly, we don't really play at all. If you can see our time playing Overwatch is really low because we're busy playing Apex, League of Legends, Valorant. We're just not into Overwatch. We're not practicing much. But hey, I recruited these players not to commit on Overwatch because we didn't have players at all. The first time I recruited them, there's just three of us. It's Cyanide, Cyan, and me, and then Nixor. And three of them is not playing right now. So the five other players are fillers. So I'm really thankful for them because without them we couldn't make this team possible and we can compete. So thank you for the fans, my teammates, especially you, Dax, you hosting this, your staff, Redux, Rebirth, and everyone there. I can name them all.
Hey,
Billy, Fascinate, yeah, Yumi as well. Ah, and it's frustrating and fun at the same time. We just hope that it's anybody's ball game. Watch out for Calamitus. We are targeting Calamitus, but yeah, we
e-
fall off.
everyone
We
has
want
to.
to. Yeah, everyone has to. I mean, that Genji is overpowered. Plus the buff. Plus Calamitus. Who
Big
knows?
shoutouts. Who
Who
knows?
knows? Who knows? Who knows, man?
Truly
Gotta
is.
counter him.
Gotta counter it. And hey,
Yun.
Ambi, thank you for making Wash Up Homies a thing. Thank you for hopping on in to, well, this little project of mine, as well as the Team PH crew. And you guys did an amazing job all throughout. It's been, of course, a tough time for you guys, especially since you have a lot of priorities and a lot of other games to play and a lot of things going on in your lives. But you guys giving these time for the past 3 months, making sure that you're able to compete at the best level has been absolutely amazing. And from us to you, thank you to Washed Up Homies and everything you have brought to the table. And it is now time to say goodbye. Anything you want to say, any shout outs you want to give before, before we close off this part of the broadcast?
Just like my first interview, thank you for my wife for letting me play. And now, baby, baby Ambi,
Ambi baby, let's go.
yeah, it's May. She has a May on it.
Uh,
And of course, watch up for me squad coach, Cyber Bully. Hello, thank you for coaching us. Uh, every single my player, my tanks, Lone, me, Son, the DPS, Cyanide, K Freak, supports Blue, Mako, Nikki, Shine, everyone. The fans of K has fans by the way, and Blue. They have this. Blue
big,
has her own channel
big,
with
big
lots
fans
of
club.
fans.
Yes, yes, I've seen the fans
Yeah,
club. I've seen it going on.
yeah. And then the K fans club. You should check it out.
True, true, true.
It's really amazing. And docs and stuff. I mean, this is a free joining, no sign up. This is all your effort. I hope guys more. I wish you guys more power. I mean, I'm a big fan of your page. You know that.
Yes.
Thank you. And just like always, if we can help, we will.
Yeah, and I really appreciate
Overwatch
it.
wise, game wise, personal
Of
wise, yeah,
course.
you can count on us. Just write a check.
You guys know where to
Thank
you guys know where to send the money. Oh, shh. Watch the homies
thank
in.
you.
Good job. Thank you, Ambi.
Good luck,
And
Kicks. Good luck, Overmind. Good luck,
yeah,
Meme Cord. And everyone that has fallen down, we will rise up again. See you guys soon.
yeah. Thank you, Ambi, for
Ambi
your
and
time.
Washa Pomies. Checking out.
Yes, sir. What an ending there. And it's time to take care of Abby, baby. Go over to the Abby wife and say, I'm done. I'm done, honey. Let's go have some dinner. And yes, it's time to call it there. Thank you, Abby, for your time. And let's just wrap it up before we move to our next game because our two teams are getting pretty angsty, actually. They've been taking a lot of group photos for some real reason as we are waiting on for their ping check. But looking on right now into our next match, but it will be Overwine versus Team Cake. So let me just, pop you out here of the casting channel, Mr. Ambi. Much love to you. And looking back, Nepal, Hollywood, seems like for Cakes, their Achilles heel has been healed. The Junkrat is playing to a next level degree that the double flyers right now haven't been really catching at the Junkrat enough. And Shiver doing an amazing job also. He's playing the hit scan no matter what. He's making sure that he complements whatever Oily Beer what does. His McCree, his Bastion, doing all he can and more. And with Cakes having those two elements hand in hand, this is such a perfect time for them to just snowball and steamroll. I wouldn't be surprised though. This is a rematch. And last time we saw this, it was Overwine winning out 2-1, but Cakes were doing some very questionable things, especially on that last map. This time though, a fully new experience from Cakes. And if they're able to keep up that responsibility, keep up that experience, keep up that lethality, then they can book a date to meme court in grand finals. But Overwine has been well rested and looking for some blood. We'll see if the Cinderella story that Invalesco has been saying will come through and they will make it again for a rematch against Team Meme Court. We will find out very, very soon, guys. We will be right back. Stay tuned, stick around. This is the first wave playoffs, day 4. Our next match is coming your way.